Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on The Casey Malone Show.
Today we visit the new library on Youngstown's west side and the Gianno's brothers at their chocolate factory. But first, John and Logan, the brothers at Nova Coffee Company in downtown Warren. Nova Coffee Company is right here on the square in downtown Warren, and it's owned by brothers John and Logan. And you're the kitchen end of the deal.
I am, yes.
And Logan is the coffee connoisseur. And you had a really cute, so what was your slogan for what you guys do?
So what I say is if you think it, if you drink it, Logan thinks it. If you chew it, I do it. So,
okay,
yeah,
so
something like that.
Now a year ago, you were what, in the insurance business?
Yeah. About a year ago, I was selling insurance, and we decided let's do something different.
And I mean, this really is a great concept.
Thank you.
And where did your cooking background come from?
Just home, self-taught. We had went away and had some donuts on a family trip and came back, and I said, man, I think I can do those. So I did them on my stove in a fryer that was a 1x1 fryer, and we ended up liking them. So
wow. So now you only do the cake donuts.
We do for now. Yeah, for now. Hopefully we can expand.
And did you like look at a bunch of different recipes? I mean, how did you hone it to what you wanted?
A lot of trial and error. I mean, this whole section of me is from the taste testing. Yeah, taste testing and like trying out different things. So yeah, we just really got a recipe that we liked and went with it.
So like the base of your donuts always are the same.
They are.
And the flavoring comes with your toppings.
Yes, we do usually have 6 flavors of donuts. One donut usually is something different. So we'll do a chocolate or a red velvet or a blueberry or something like that. But for the most part, we have a sour cream based donut.
Oh, it is sour cream based.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah. And you don't mix it with anything, fruit or do any of that nonsense.
No, we do. Every once in a while, we'll get crazy. I've put jalapenos in it before. We do savory donuts, and we'll do some different things like that, put bacon in it.
Well, I know because that one customer, the girl, was a little bummed that the bacon donut wasn't here.
Now I feel bad.
No, but and your top seller is?
Our top seller it's a tie between our classic Nova Special, which is just a simple glazed donut with our Holland cream on top, and then we have our Buckeye donut that we make look like a Buckeye.
Yeah.
And basically, when people go to weddings, they eat the entire Buckeye tray before we get there. So we were like, I might as well make a donut out of it.
And in the kitchen, what do you're trying to keep it simple, but fresh ingredients.
Sure.
So you're only open really for breakfast and lunch.
Yeah. So we run a brunch is our big kind of our big food is the brunch. We have build your own burritos. So you basically it starts out with cheese, egg, and tortilla, and then you add proteins and veggies or whatever you want. And then we love our open faced toasts. So every month we switch them up. And you had the avocado toast.
I did, and it was excellent. Good, and what kind of bread do you like to use? Is it from a local baker?
Well, it's from Youngstown. Salone's is the baking company that we use. They cook everything and bring it, drop it off to us. So our bread's pretty fresh. It's usually cooked that morning and then brought to us. So
now, if you drink it, Logan thinks it. That is our new clever tagline.
And if you chew it, John does it.
Now, the pour over you explained to me earlier.
Yes.
Is really better for a darker, richer blend, right?
Yeah, I would say it's all about texture. You do a pour over, and you're gonna keep some of that texture. But this here is a siphon, and if you do the siphon is gonna give you probably some more of those smooth, fruitier flavors that you're gonna get out of maybe an Ethiopian coffee. So we're gonna put this on here.
So this is like a science experiment. So this heats up, then this bubbles up, right? And it goes into this vessel.
So the pressure in the bottom basin, because the heat's there, it's becoming so hot that pressure is building in there, and the water has nowhere to go except to go up through this little glass tube. And you actually see it rising in there right now. And it's gonna go through the filter that we put in.
And you know what I thought was interesting when you were talking about the 3 waves of coffee?
Yeah. Yeah, so the first wave is going to be during like Folgers, Maxwell House. It's Do Coffee at Home. And then the second wave is going to be your big franchises. It's quantity, quantity, quantity. You can go anywhere in the United States, you go anywhere in the state, anywhere in your county, and you're going to have the same coffee no matter where you go. But then the third wave is coffee shops like ours where it's quality over quantity. And we focus on having just a quality cup of coffee from the beans that we have, from the farms that the beans come from.
And how do
based on
you
quality.
source your beans? Like, where do you find ones that you are up to your high standard?
It all comes to tasting. So there's different roasters all over the place. There's local roasters that we've had before, like Brand Street Coffee Roasters and Boardman. We use their espresso beans because they do a fantastic job. And then the other coffee roasters that we've chosen, like this one's from Santa Cruz, California. It's from a roastery called Verve.
And this is a lighter, fruitier blend.
Yeah, actually the notes are right there. So this is a Colombian Rio Blanco. So this is ready to go. We have all of our water that just went from the bottom basin up to the top because the pressure is so great in the bottom that it rises up. So go ahead, you can dump that in.
Just dump it right in.
Just dump it all in.
Okay. Don't want to waste it. Oh, and it all came out. Okay.
And I'll give you this, and we're going to stir that for 45 seconds.
Okay. And where did you become such a coffee connoisseur?
Well, I lived in Australia for a couple of years, and I learned how to do coffee there, and the coffee culture there is a little bit more intricate than it is here in Warren, Ohio. But I learned a lot of coffee. Then I moved back, and that's when I learned how to do the siphons, the pour-overs, and a little bit more intricate style coffee. You want to add a little bit of air to the coffee.
Okay, and what does that do to it?
It's just like wine. Also, a big important thing is it looks cool. Coffee only tastes good if it looks cool. So.
Okay, all right. Wow, very good.
So you're gonna smell some of those notes in there, the key lime, the shortbread, and then the taste is where you're gonna get that buttery taste from, that texture.
Wow, it really does finish buttery.
Yeah.
I'd walk a mile for a good donut.
Yeah, right?
And a good cup of coffee. Walk the mile. I mean it. This place is really, you've done a great job.
Thank you, thank you.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Chef Reggie, this looks amazing. What kind of cake is this?
This is our 6-layer Guinness chocolate cake.
Well, I think I'll be enjoying that, Phil.
Absolutely delicious, Reggie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys enjoy it.
Okay. I gotta tell you, I love what you've done with the place. Your cabin chic interior looks great over here.
It's warmer and more welcoming. We use reclaimed lumber to really create that earthy feeling. And everything else that we've done in the past, we're just gonna do more of. We are gonna support the local farmers, the local breweries, come up with creative ideas on the menu, everything that our customers want to embrace so that they can eat, drink, and celebrate right here at Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
That is a great mantra. And eat, drink, celebrate, repeat.
Cheers.
Cheers, Phil.
Benjamin Moore paints and stains are the best you can buy, and R&S Paint is where you want to buy them. Your possibilities are endless because Benjamin Moore is an innovator in color technology. Our comfortable environment makes your color choice easy. R&S Paint, rnspaint.com.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service independent insurance agency for what matters most. Home, auto, life, boat, RV, umbrella. We'll find the right product at the right price for your family. Mayflower Woolham with 3 locations to serve you.
Here at the Upstairs, we cater to everyone. When you come through the door, I treat you as though you're my friend. So there's all kinds of options here at the Upstairs. There's something on that menu for everyone. Great food, friendly service, very clean restaurant. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of good restaurants in our community. So I always feel honored when someone comes here. I want everybody coming through that door to leave here with a good experience.
Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living.
part of growing up in Youngstown is growing up with Rowley Brothers Markets. Even friends who have moved out of town come to shop and say hi when they're home for a visit.
And my family has always shopped at Rowley's, and today they are still my favorite grocery store. My recipes depend on the best ingredients, and that's why I get them at Rowley's, where you'll always find the freshest food at the best prices.
Rowley Brothers is a proud sponsor of the Casey Malone Show. The quality that customers have come to expect is true local flavor.
$5 Burger Mondays at Sadie's Place, inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown. We are here with the Giannos brothers, and they are the owners of Giannos Candy. And we've got Greg, Gus, and John. Tell me a little bit about the family history. Since 1910, your grandfather started this business.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable. He came from Greece. He come over here, start making it, and then my dad brought it over at home. And then John, when he got out of school, he started up. And then when I got out of school, I went with John. And then when Gus got out, he joined us. So it's been a family affair ever since, you know. And now our kids are in it, and we're waiting for grandkids to come in.
I mean, that is such a great story. Now, the three of you working together, guys, who's the hardest working, really, out of the three brothers?
Well, who's here the longest is Greg. I have to admit that. He's here early in the morning getting things started, and he's the last one to leave here. And then, while we all have certain jobs to do, he runs the operations, Greg runs the manufacturing, and I take care of like the outside sales and shipping. And
so you all have your talents.
Yeah,
absolutely,
exactly. But when it goes back to when we were younger, working in the basement of the home, we'd kill each other. Yeah. But now that he's somewhere and Greg's elsewhere and I'm elsewhere, we all get along fine now.
John, the process starts. You've got to melt down the chocolate first.
Right. We have a special blend of milk chocolate that we have from two different companies that we blend off. As you can see in the vat, this is a 6,000 pound vat that we probably empty once or twice a day. But our chocolate all comes in 10-pound blocks. As you can see. And we pretty much just
chuck it in. Wow.
Yeah, so we just keep adding them all day long. They come in 2,000 pound totes.
And then this is the recipe that you got from your grandfather?
Yeah, except my grandfather used to make 5-pound batches, 10-pound batches, so he wasn't as flexible as far as telling the chocolate producers what to do with their recipes.
What would your grandpa think if he saw this now?
I think he'd be pretty proud, and so would my dad. I think the greatest part would be that the three brothers, me, my brother Greg, and Gus, have been working together since day one.
So you have the peanut butter, raspberry cream, you have the coconut.
Coconut.
Do you make all your centers
All
here
our
also?
centers are made back in the kitchen there. The kitchen crew usually starts 4 or 5 hours earlier, so they'll make the centers, and when the girls come in, we start enrobing them. This is what we call our enrobing line. Start enrobing them with chocolate, so that whatever's made in the kitchen today will be finished and enrobed by the end of the day today in the warehouse, and some of it's shipped like before noon.
So one day, I mean, it's that fresh.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. When we, if we get an order in for 28 flavors today, we'll probably have 8 of them made today, and then 8 tomorrow and 8 the next day, and then in 3 days it'll go out, it'll be that fresh.
What is your most popular candy that you sell?
Actually, peanut butter is right at the top, but our marshmallow is the most popular candy. We have to make marshmallows sometimes twice a week.
And at Easter time, is that your most popular egg too?
No, actually in the Easter time, our maple walnut, fruit nut, and nut egg, and peanut butter egg are 4 most popular. They're pretty even.
As you can see, the cellophane wrappers are all marked so you know what kind of chocolate you're getting.
Absolutely.
And when you box it,
right, you know exactly what you're getting.
Well, this, I mean, is a really neat machine.
Oh yeah, we've been doing this. We're kind of the leader in the industry for marking chocolates and selling them individually.
What is your biggest account? Because you're really more of a wholesaler now than actually a retail
Yeah, we have
chocolate.
3 big distributors. There's Troyer Foods, it's down in this Dutch Valley up in York, Pennsylvania. They each go to 30 states themselves with about, I think they have fleets of 60 or 70 semis. And pretty much all of those have our chocolates on them. There's a truckload goes out of here every day to one of those distributors.
So it's true that you are one of the largest UPS clients in the Mahoning Valley.
Probably, yeah, with the home shopping network. We've been known to put 5,000 packages a day out.
Tell me how you got hooked up with a home shopping network? Because I mean, that is just.
Well, the candy industry is a tight industry. If you're in the business and you know anybody, I could walk in any candy store in anywhere in the country and they're going to grab me and take me right through their plant. And a lot of our friends out there, when Home Shopping Network was looking, they steered them our way because what we were doing is what they were looking for. And even like some of our competitors in town, like Dappin's, they're our friends. They're a competitor, but we don't compete against each other.
Yeah.
They they pretty much steered our way because this is what our niche is. I classify ourselves as we're small enough to take on a job that the big company won't. If you needed 1 million pieces, big company doesn't want to hear it. That's not even worth them starting their lines. But then a little guy, he can't do it. So we're right in the middle. We're the biggest little company around.
That's a good slogan.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like I said, everybody got their own job. We all know what we got to do. And if there's a problem, we all just sit down and...
We got family, all family. Yeah. We got his daughter, my sons, his son. Got cousins.
It's amazing. We all get along and it's good. We all work hard and biggest thing, we eat good at lunch, that's for sure.
You do eat good at lunch. And I know I see you down at St. John's. So I know.
Contribute all the time.
People always say, you guys getting together for Christmas dinner? I said, we don't want to see each other on Christmas. We see each other every day.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
At the Vein Center and Med Spa, we realize the serious health issue varicose veins can cause. We know it's more than just cosmetic. We provide you with caring and personal service in a clean and friendly atmosphere. All vein procedures are done in our office during convenient and flexible hours by a medical doctor with over 20 years experience. The Vein Center and Med Spa also offers fillers and neurotoxin procedures, hydrofacials, and laser hair removal services. Call the Vein Center and Med Spa for a free consultation. See why our patients leave satisfied. Now accepting Anthem and Highmark.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in an automobile accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may encounter. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
Benjamin Moore paints and stains are the best you can buy, and R&S Paint is where you want to buy them. Your possibilities are endless because Benjamin Moore is an innovator in color technology. Our comfortable environment makes your color choice easy. R&S Paint, rnspaint.com.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
I am blessed with a wonderful husband. He's stuck with me through thick and thin, and he's a fantastic father. So when he needed long-term care, not just any place would do, we did our research. Everyone said, trust the name you know, Briarfield. With all those locations, there's always one close. That made it easy for me and the kids to visit more often, Briarfield.
Trust the name you know, Briarfield. Proudly serving the Valley for over 20 years.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service independent insurance agency for your business. We work with several companies so you have choices for your insurance needs. Commercial properties, professional liability, bonding, and general. Trust Mayflower Woolham.
It's time to get real about getting engaged. Real experts you can count on.
Real pricing and financing for your budget. And really one-of-a-kind engagement rings.
That are unique as she is. Get real, get Kamara.
Get real, get Kamara.
In the Coal Creek Plaza in Canfield.
4 for $5 till 6. Happy hour at Sadie's Place inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown. Well, I've been waiting patiently for the brand new library on Youngstown's west side. And the executive director, Amy Fiferik, this is your first grand opening since you've taken over as executive director.
That's very true. Yes, I started on December 29th, so it's been a whirlwind. I can't take any credit for this except to be here to cut the ribbon.
Now, when you came in and you saw the plans for this building, I mean, you had to be impressed because this is just something that is just so out of the ordinary for our neighborhood here.
Oh, definitely. And when I came to visit the very first time, there wasn't anything on the inside, but the walls were up. And I knew as soon as I saw the wonderfully warm wood on the walls that it was going to be a great welcoming place.
And you come to us from the Phoenix area.
Yes, yeah, I was most recently at Phoenix Public Library.
Do you see library membership increasing, or from days past, or increasing because of all the different technology that's offered?
Well, I will say that libraries do suffer from the sort of that stereotype of the traditional woman with the bun shushing you and being a warehouse with books, right?
Yes.
And we are so very much unlike that anymore. That really it takes people coming into the library to see what we have available to really convert them, because we have quite literally something for everyone. Obviously, we still have all the great resources that we always did, but now when we have things like downloadable books and audiobooks, streaming movies, you can check out the whole series of one of your most favorite shows here and keep it for 3 weeks and binge watch to your heart's content and not have to buy it from online or from the store.
So this branch is because of the patron saint, Michael Kusalaba. I mean, he left a very generous donation for this library.
Absolutely. We were so grateful to the family and to the Youngstown Foundation for helping us to use a donation for his childhood library.
And what did they envision? I mean, so this would be considered the meeting room?
Yes, indeed. We have a very good-sized meeting room here with both tables and chairs and full technology, so we can handle anything from children's programming. It's available for rental, for clubs and get-togethers, association meetings, anytime we're open.
So this is a light box for people that do eBay and things like that.
Absolutely. You just put whatever your item is that you want to sell or photograph inside, put your digital camera on top, and take the photo. The light is built in, so it helps make it as pretty as it can be.
I mean, they're button makers.
Button makers, everybody loves buttons. It's not exactly high tech. We do charge for materials on a cost recovery basis, but using the things themselves is free.
You have vinyl.
Yes.
You can transfer your vinyl and your VCRs, correct?
Yep, VHS tapes.
Yeah.
But here we have a transfer machine. So our branch manager today made his hippo t-shirt.
Okay, he made that.
He made that today using the transfer machine here. That's the design. You see our logo in here. It's printed out on this large format printer. You can print on a variety of materials.
And then this will be part of like classes that you have to, educate children or adults.
Or adults. It's actually for all ages.
This is a sound recording studio. I mean, they've got the board. This is an Apple program, huh?
Yes, Apple computer. We've got keyboard, guitars, drum set, and a really rockin' microphone.
Microphone? What is that? That is huge.
It's beautiful.
Cardioid? Now, are you going to come and help the kids and adults with classwork when they need to learn this?
Right. Yeah, we provide trainings online and stuff, so if you're interested, we can just...
And I think the library is also letting people sign up for training. So if we get so many people, I'll be here training all this equipment.
This is a fun little kids area. It is. So they have all kind of activities for them, and they're not shushing the children.
No, definitely no shushing. So we have a play area here with the curtains are made out of real theater, the material that theater curtains are made of, and all kinds of costumes. Yeah. We have a play kitchen because the kids love to play kitchen.
Yeah.
And different areas back here where you can trace and use various manipulatives, all with the Maple Grove theme on the top, because of course the Rocky Ridge neighborhood has donated us a grove of maple trees. One of the big things on the horizon is our partnership with the Camel School District. They've been hosting us in their field house since we had to close our Camel Library branch. And Matt Bowen, who's the superintendent out there, is working on an entire STEM school and cultural center. The library is going to have a 3,000 square foot space out there with makerspace. And it's really going to help people make that transition from school into work, really focusing on STEM and especially the medical fields. So I'm so happy that we can be part of that project because it really is ambitious.
Yeah, well, I'll have to come down for that
Absolutely.
grand opening too. Well, I really appreciate this. This has been great. And welcome.
Well, thank you very much.
Enjoy our fair city.
Absolutely.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.